Holy smokes. There's a lot of y'all. Yeah. Thank y'all for coming out. Are we on the right side? There we go.
Happy spring, everyone.
Yeah. Once the clocks change, then I don't know which way is up. So we've got extra chairs right back here. We're going to be bringing out the ice cream again at the end of the reading because I know everybody wants seconds because holy smokes, that lavender flavor.
It's really good.
I took 2 sips of my coffee and I didn't finish it. Just saw it from where I'm standing. So we're so grateful to be here today.
And that y'all are here with us.
Yes. As Austinites, we probably know that we've all had a few weeks that have been very difficult between just every event under the sun, South by, our, city crisis that we experienced. And congregating together is so important for each and every one of us. So I'm really grateful you're all here. We're here for art. We're here to hang for books and community, and I'm really happy to be here.
So if this is your first ice cream social, our structure is we bring out the ice cream, we have an open mic, we take a 5-minute break, then we have our featured readers, and then we have more ice cream. So, I mean,
It's the best party in town.
yeah, we're pretty laid back, and we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you come next month. We do this every 4th Friday here at Malvern.
Yeah.
And so without further ado, we'll welcome our first open mic reader. She is a near and dear friend, an ice cream socialist, Malvern employee alumnus, just a general badass, Kelsey Williams.
Hello everyone. Please buy some books and support this wonderful bookstore. It is so special to me and it is so special to so many people. So I'm going to read off my phone. So let's see how this goes. This is a brand new baby short fiction piece, so I hope that you like it. It is called Old Ava. Today, she has pink hair and she's wearing it in a braid that reaches down to her ankles. Tomorrow, she has thin legs and a spherical torso, cartoonish. The next day, she is holding a succulent in a terracotta pot and she's kissing it. This town is small, and you know what they say about small towns. But I've never talked to this lady, and I've never seen her talk to nobody else. Old Ava is a made-up name. She wears these black corduroy overalls, and I went and bought me a pair too. I think that if you're wearing corduroy in the desert, you're asking for trouble. And maybe I wanted to ask for a little trouble. I haven't talked to many people since I moved to town after my mom died last month. And there's not a lot of trouble to get yourself into if you don't talk a lot. My mom's best friend lets me stay at her house for free, and I'm too young to go to the bar. All I do is sort mail at the post office down the street and watch Old Ava. I live 3 yellow grass patches down the road, and I walk by Old Ava's house twice a day. She's usually out on her porch sitting on a cushion on the ground. No chair, no bench. I can't tell if she's looking at me because I can't ever seem to get a good look at her face. The road is a ways away from front porches in these parts. So for good measure, I cupped my hands around my mouth before I shouted, "Hey, Old Ava, what's your real name?" Old Ava started walking down from the porch to the road. Her pace was slow, but deliberate, and it made me want to run the other way and never stop. I could look straight into her eyes. We were exactly the same height. There was a hole in her overalls, exposing her right knee, a hole that mimicked the hole I had in mine. You know, that succulent I have doesn't respond very well to kisses. Thank you.
Up next, we've got a person who's been here a couple of times for ice cream. We're excited to welcome back Brandyce.
How's life? So I'm going to read one and then sing one because I feel singy today. So this first one is called Jazzbird. I'm going to go right here. I don't like Jazzbird's chorus, a flitting flute atop the bass line and the cyclone brass dance, pulsing the malleus into warm enchantment. Who cannot embrace this broken little bird who's been graced with all the feathers in the world? Ivory teeth nibble on her wings while skittish twigs chip at her bones, drumming condemnation to whatever home she's found for the moment. The song beats on, especially in the pauses, where the sinuous feline-esque tones claim space for claws. There's no blaming sonic predators because this little bird is cold, blue, lost, and hums along too much and right on time. So that's one. I have an obsession with hummingbirds. So, this one is Hope, and I'm just going to sing it. We'll see what happens. I suck the walls of a dry well. Surely there's some moisture here, if not the air. I scrape the bones, stones with my hands. Surely there's leftovers, edible fare. I hear echoes of my nails filing down, down, down. Surely each rasp more worthless than the last. I scrape on to pass the time. Surely I can write a message, draw some design. A word is all I have left, and I can't remember it. Okay.
A featured reader who sang, and I think it sets such a lovely precedent. So thank you, Brandyce.
Thank you.
So up next, we have our very own Annar. She's going to read for us.
So part of being a hostess here for Ice Cream Social, I get like too excited and then I never read. But we're trying to change that. I want to make sure that you know that we're just as nervous and dedicated to the art form as each of you are. So here's an excerpt from a really long synod poem that I've been working on for a few months. So I hope it makes sense, but it's the best part. So the section is called Only Girl. On a Monday or Friday, yellow light chooses to be sun, and sun decides to creep through bedroom blinds and wake. The only person. And the only person is a girl, or a god, or a fox. And the only person was in a sleep. And this sleep was 72-hour Clonopin-induced, because sometimes girls and gods and foxes get nervous. Girl fox god wakes and finds it quiet. So a girl or a god or a fox leaves bed and steps into the street. Sugar-free floats over the curb, above the gutter. Goat fur coats the pavement. Pig in a purse and someone else's skin stick like bubblegum pink on a spot where a leashed, heavyweight champion boxer used to sleep. A girl or a god or a fox digs deep into her pockets. A phone or a timer or a shopping cart is pulled out. A girl or a fox fixes their hair or fur. A girl or a fox aims the shopping cart over the scene, and a timer makes a digital clip. A girl or a fox snaps a selfie and posts it to Instagram. Hashtag apocalypse, hashtag solo selfie, hashtag I'm legend, hashtag Klonopin though. A god hits like. So our next reader is very beloved to me. Is regular, you all know her face. Everybody welcome Aneesa.
Thank you guys again. So I have a scene and a little bit of a play. And I won't give you context, it'll just be fun. So, scene 7. A few days later, Aubrey and Karina are in Karina's dorm. Aubrey, got a chance to talk to him yet? Karina, yeah, a little bit. He's settling back in today, so we're gonna hang out tomorrow. Aubrey, that'll be fun, so you know it's coming up soon-ish. Karina, what are you talking about? Aubrey, someone's anniversary. You didn't forget, did you? Karina, of course I haven't forgotten. It'll be 6 months. Aubrey, the longest you've ever had. Stop acting so nonchalant. What are you guys planning? Karina, you're more on top of this than either of the people in the relationship, but I don't know. If he doesn't hint at something within the next 3 weeks, I'll plan something. Aubrey, aw, how sweet. You miss him during the break? You didn't really talk about him when we were all together. Karina, I didn't want to bore anyone, and you should stop asking silly questions. Of course I missed him. I missed him a lot. Aubrey, do you love him? Karina, no. Aubrey, is that a question? Karina, yes. I don't know. I love being with him, but I don't know that I love him. How does anyone know that? I mean, isn't it way too soon to tell? Aubrey, I mean, I'm no expert, but I think you just know. You think about him every waking moment, you dream about him every night. Karina, apparently we should not have watched all those Bollywood movies during the break. You want to know truthfully? Aubrey, of course. Karina, that definition of love doesn't describe how I feel about Jacob. Aubrey, I think your parents might be happy to hear that one. Did you ever talk to your mom after that commotion? Karina, a little, but my parents still don't want to talk about it. I get the feeling my dad does, but who knows? I'll have that conversation when it comes. Karina, I do like him a lot. Aubrey, I know, I was just messing around with you. And then scene 8. A few days later, Karina and Jacob are sitting in Jacob's room. Jacob, that sounds awkward. Karina, I know that you probably had a better time than I did. Jacob, you'd be surprised. So how are things going with your parents? Karina, not much better than before, but I'll keep trying. Jacob, I know I'm being awkward, I'm sorry. Karina, at least you're being truthful. Is there a particular reason you're being this awkward? Jacob, am I the first white guy you've been with? Karina, well, I hope by been with you mean boyfriend. Jacob, yes, I mean, am I the first white guy you've ever dated? Karina, yes. Jacob, well, are you going to expand or explain? Karina, expand on what? Are you questioning whether I like you or not? Jacob, yeah, I guess. Am I the first white guy you've ever liked? Karina, no, you're not. You are the first white guy I've been in a real relationship with, but why are you asking this? You can tell me. Please just tell me. Jacob, because. Karina, why? Jacob, I ran into a kill earlier today. He started talking about India and religion and his girlfriend, and it made me think. Karina, please don't think. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said, but you shouldn't worry about us. He likes to be an a-hole. Jacob, well, tell me about your religion. Can we be together? Karina, regardless of what my religion says, I say we can be together. Do you care that strongly about religion? If you do, then we probably have a different problem and from the get-go. And I'll stop there.
Speaking of singing, she had karaoke at her last birthday. It changed my life. We seriously thought about making an ice cream social a karaoke event.
I would be down with that. So down.
Just kidding.
That would be on the second Friday of every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like no, the owner just said no. So up next we have the Ice Cream Social MVP, one of my favorite people, and also she's defending her thesis in less than a month. So give it up for Allyson Whipple.
So this is new, and in addition to finishing my MFA, I'm also getting certified to lead Sierra Club excursions, which involves getting wilderness first aid certified, which is like regular first aid, but for when you're hours and hours from help. And my instructor, just, like sometimes he would say things, I'm like, oh man, that's amazing. He was a paramedic for 40 years and had really good stories. So this is notes from CPR and wilderness first aid training. Wilderness, a remote geographic location more than 1 hour from definitive medical care. See also urban areas after a disaster that destroys infrastructure. In Texas, everything's got teeth or thorns or guns, even in cities. If you go into your attic during a flood, you have climbed into your own coffin. The stress of adjusting to even a 1 hour time change can trigger a heart attack. Once someone needs CPR, they are clinically dead. You can't make their situation worse, only better. The AED is programmed to be smarter than any user, which is less terrifying than Alexa laughing at its owners. Women experience inferior heart attacks. The term inferior refers to the anatomical location where tissue death occurs, not a qualitative judgment. See also, most women experience at least one heart attack before receiving treatment because they assume their left arm should hurt because the pain is not as bad as menstrual cramps. A wound heals naturally from the inside out. Under ideal conditions, the epidermis heals last. You should cover a laceration but not attempt to close it because then the skin will heal and the rest of the wound will have a difficulty recovering. When dealing with an unconscious child, the law assumes parents would give you consent to save their child's life. Irony, the most effective way to prevent mosquito-borne infection is to spray yourself with poison repeatedly. Blisters are going to happen. Take a deep breath. Document everything.
Up next, we've got another regular. We love you all so much. I want you all to know that, even if you've never seen you before. We love you. Up next, we've got Kirsten Archer.
You guys, this is my favorite ice cream social month. We've had, I feel like, every kind of literature, and I'm loving it. So this past month has really been about like building for me. I feel like when life gets hectic, it's time for us to like kind of reevaluate. So that's kind of what this poem's about. 3/12/2018. What a pleasure it is to kill yourself. And I don't mean taking your own sword from its home on a shelf you thought you'd left in your childhood before plunging it into the depths of this body you call sanctuary in a show of honor-bound sacrificial duty. No, I don't mean it as my body will return to this earth, my soul to the stars, although one day they will. No. What I mean is that I looked myself square in the eye, examined the mask I had donned in the mirror before letting the truth spill from my lips, tears like raindrops carving tracks through the dust that had settled on my skin. What I mean is I whispered, this is not the truth of my being, and by being, I mean here, alive and intentioned. I watched as my whispers grew into roars that refused to let the weeds that had taken root in my heart live. That roar, it will shake the unnecessary from your being as it did mine. It will make you feel raw, exposed, as if you were fresh from the womb. What I mean is that I watched myself transform. This was the kind of death in which I peeled back my layers, used my teeth to pull the forgery from my blood. Darlings, you can have this new life too. Start with your skin. Peel it away from your body as quietly and violently as you need. Hang it up to dry one sunny afternoon on grandmother's clothesline after you scrub the lies from between your freckles. Let that thick, powerless shield hang next to the prayers of your mother that were strung up when she was your age and neck deep in her own bullshit too. Transform your body into a garden and let the sun work its magic. Let it teach your skeleton of life, weaving itself into your organs until you too glow. When you step back into your skin, you will be draping yourself in the kind of warmth that you will be glad to call safety. This will be your land, your home anew. This is the kind of death that makes you crack open your own ribcage so that you may plant poppy seeds in your withered heart. You will not know if they can grow here. Maybe your battlefield has seen too much war for opiates to grow, but still you try. This death will make you reassemble your broken pieces in the first act of selfish devotion you have ever known. You will learn to worship at your own feet. You will build yourself into your own cathedral. Your death will show you how to melt the lead from your bones, replace it with steel. It will show you how to pluck the stars from the heavens and arrange those stolen constellations in your eyes until they resemble gemstones, and the galaxy in you remembers what its birthplace looks like. You will be filled with life and wonder once more. This death will teach you to weave your hair of the most precious materials you know. This death, your death, will bring you back to yourself. It will bury you in the garden where love grows. Funny, you never realized just how deep in the ground you would need to be in order to become. Bury yourself in that starless night while clutching the fragments of hope you found nestled in your truth as tightly as you held on to your self-hatred. Make it radiate through your fingers. Send it out into the world. Learn that you can grow by giving. Build yourself around that sunshine, my darlings. Be patient. Be patient. Learn to speak of the future through faith. Trust that you are the only magic you need in order to grow. Farther into the earth you will settle, deepening as the willow in you grows. Perhaps you will grow roses, thorny vines appearing before the leaves. This will seem unnaturally cruel at first, but darling, when you bloom, they will fall in love, and those thorns will keep the greedy hands at bay. They will not chase your accomplishments to decorate their tables with, ripping away parts of you in the spring in an effort to invite love into their own lives, a decoration for important dinners. No. Your thorns will remind them that your blooms are not an invitation for theft, and so they will not steal your flowers and be angry when you wilt and die. So grow your thorns first if you must. Root yourself farther. Stretch towards the sun. Know that as you rise, you must also fall. You will feel the poppies in your heart spring to life one by one. They will stamp out a beat as they redecorate your ribcage with life. Daisies will blossom on your collarbones. Ivy will wind itself around your sternum. Honeysuckle will tumble from your mouth. Darling, this death will feel like life. Take up as much space as you need. Trim your overgrown branches. Dance as sunflowers when they meet golden rays. Drape yourself like willows back to the earth as you offer shelter and peace in the storm. Let your roots snarl and bend in a display of cultivation, offering an uncomfortable seat for passersby. Let your branches sit high enough that even experienced climbers deem you a challenge. But my love, let yourself grow naturally. Let yourself grow beautifully. Let yourself grow. Know that this growth, this new life will come in seasons. Remain anchored in the heart of spring when the fall strips your leaves. Treat yourself with kindness in the winters. Know that you're not dying, merely waiting for the next awakening. And I guess I lied to you when I said this wasn't a sacrifice. You will have your own blood on your hands. Is it not better than the blood that pools in your mouth from years of biting your own tongue? Soon, my love, you will gorge yourself on pomegranates, a crown of dandelions upon your head. My darlings, what an exquisite privilege it is to kill your old self. Thank you, guys.
Is this our last reader?
Yeah, oh, I wanted to say, also Stephanie works here and she's really great at recommending poetry. So if you look around in the store and you see any reviews that say Stephanie recommends, just buy that book. It's probably
You can also ask.
Yes.
All right, y'all are going to be super devastated, but we're up on our last reader for the open mic, and I'm happy to introduce them. Don't be devastated. It's more poetry after the intermission. Ruby Williamson.
This piece is titled America, after Allen Ginsberg's piece, America. America, you've taken all, and now I am nothing. America, $7.25, February 20th, 2018. I sleep all the time, and I'm still tired. America, when will we end the human war? Go fuck yourself with a nuclear bomb. Go fuck yourself with your police brutality. Go fuck yourself with your white supremacy. America, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. America, why do so many black people die in war? Because the national economy is plagued with systemic racism, and black communities face greater instances of socioeconomic strife, which then force young black men and young black women to enlist in the armed forces in overwhelming numbers to provide for themselves and their families. No, because their captains yell, "Get down," so they get up and start dancing. America, I heard that joke at a staff party. It was told by a black woman, but it was written by a white man. My boss told me not to put up bulletin boards for both Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Black History Month because that's too much to give them. America, I've been trying to write this poem for a very long time. America, racism is alive and well in your schools. Racism is alive and well in your police force. America, tell me about Tamir Rice. America, say her name. Sandra Bland, Tanisha Anderson, Rakia Boyd. America, I feel sentimental about Black Lives Matter. America, I went to the Women's March. I'm not sorry. I am done feeling sorry for you. America, your president is a rapist. America, all of your men are rapists. Is that a generalization? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. America, trust no man. If they don't want to fuck us, they want to kill us, and I don't know which is worse. Can you tell me which is worse? America, I cannot teach you empathy. If you don't understand that you cannot do whatever you want to another person without their consent, I cannot help you. If you need proof that you cannot do whatever you want to another person without their consent, I will not help you. I refuse. America, they are bringing guns to school. I work in a school. America, Klebold and Harris are not folk heroes. America, don't give me a gun. I don't want it. I am not prepared to shoot one of my students to save the rest. That is not why I took this job, so don't ask me to. America, don't ask me to. I am not surprised that on June 12, 2016, you looked at 49 dead bodies in a gay bar and said, yes, this is acceptable. Because on December 14, 2012, you looked at 26 dead bodies in an elementary school and said, yes, this is acceptable. Because on October 1st, 2017, you looked at 58 dead bodies in a parking lot and said, yes, this is acceptable. Because on April 16, 2007, you looked at 32 dead bodies on a college campus and said, yes, this is acceptable. Because on February 14th, 2018, you looked at 17 dead bodies in a high school and said, yes, this is acceptable. America, you have looked at too many dead bodies. When does it become unacceptable? America, what is the ratio of dollars to dead bodies? When will the death toll outpace the donations? Human lives are not worth much to you. I know this. But your children do not want to die, so stop asking them to. Stop asking them to. America, I may be exhausted, but I am not giving up. You won't win that easily. America, I'm putting my queer shoulder to the wheel. Thank you.
So with that, we will take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back for our featured readers. Come talk to us, come shop.
You haven't
drink water.
introduced yourselves because this is the only time of the month where we're social. You never see us again until next month, of course. But yeah, hang tight. Let's hit some music.